We have arrived at the famous Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Stavelot for the running of the Belgian Grand Prix, the longest track in the GP4OC calendar. Coming into this weekend, the first team news of this year's silly season made the headlines. The first team news is that Red Bull have announced that they will be retaining their current drivers Robert Ionescu and Miklos Gau for another year. The team isn't doing as well as what they did last season, but they are still challenging for race wins when the track in question suits them. Robert has had a very impressive season in his first year at Red Bull and looks to try and at least finish runner-up in the championship if his slim chances of the title slip away, which at this stage is looking more likely, whilst Miklos Gau has officially ended speculation that he'll be retiring at the end of the season, as he will be the Austrian outlet for a fourth successive season despite having a run of bad luck this season. However, the 2009 champion has shown some great pace and it is enough along with his history in the series to warrant Red Bull giving him another year. The pair will be hoping to challenge for the title next season, with their chances for this season as mentioned looking slim. The second and final team news of this week is that Williams have announced that Frenchman Romain Quart will remain with the team for another year. Romain has had a very impressive year in 2014 after coming out of 2013 with a lot of criticism surrounding his driving. However, in a much improved Williams, Romain has proved a lot of doubters wrong with two brilliant wins this year in China and Spain. He is currently tied with Waste Cuba in the Drivers' Championship and looks to finish runner-up if he's unable to catch Jay McKenzie. Romain will be hoping for another great year in 2015, while his teammate is still yet to be announced, with Will Neller maybe having a good opportunity at Mercedes after all as a result of Wade's bad luck recently. In other news this week, Caterham, after so much speculation, have announced their test driver for the remainder of the season, which is current Caterham GP2 driver Etienne Jones. Etienne has had a very strong second half of the year in GP2 and is currently lying 4th in the Drivers' Championship after picking up his first ever win last week in Budapest. He will be looking to relish the opportunity with the limited amount of time Caterham have in the series. Meanwhile, in other news, Rivki Fakruzane will be entering his final weekend in GP4OC as he announced after the Hungarian Grand Prix that after this week he will be retiring from the series with immediate effect. Rivki was originally scheduled to retire at the end of the season and is so far having an amazing final year. However, he has decided to call it quits early to focus on other commitments. We wish Rivki after this week all the very best in the future. Meanwhile, Force India were quick to announce his replacement, which is their current test driver and Mercedes DTM driver Michael Mocho. Michael was last in the top class in 2012 with Force India at the German Grand Prix as a result of Kuroshima De Rosa getting injured at Silverstone, but now he will be back for the rest of the season starting from Monza, and he is looking to relish the opportunity now that this increases his chances of being with Force India for another year, while George Roque and Rick Yan will be looking to maybe stop him or be his teammate providing that Armagh car jumps to Williams. And finally, in other news, after a lengthy vote, it has been decided that the German Grand Prix will continue to be on the GP4OC calendar in 2015 and 2017. The race will take place at the Nürburgring for those two specific years, meaning that the shareholding agreement will continue until the end of 2018. The race will take place between the British and Hungarian Grand Prix, just like it is this season. And that is it for this week's edition of the GP4OC News. The next team news will break at the Italian Grand Prix next week. Who will be announced? Tune into practice next week.